What's up, Aries friends? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. Happy New Year, guys. Happy 2020. So happy to have all the Aries in the house with me today. Cross-watchers are welcome as always. We are going to do your January 2020 general tarot readings. I almost said love readings, so I don't know if love is in the cards for some of you. We'll see. We'll take a peek. Real quick, shout out to my girl Jen. She has just started her YouTube channel. She is called Meta Vibes. Check that out if you are interested. She is a Taurus with, I think, some strong Cancer in her chart. I'm giving her a shout out because she was an earth angel, so to say, sent to me that kind of set me off on my spiritual path through tarot. So ultimately, this channel wouldn't be here had it not been for her. So yeah, check her out. That's how you spell it. She's on YouTube. She's just starting. I think she has 1 or 2 videos up. But yeah, she's a badass. I like her a lot. And what she's doing is very unique. It's not just strictly tarot. So shout out to Jen there. My Aries, general readings. Not everything I say will resonate with you. I can just about guarantee that. Pieces and parts of this reading very likely will. I hope lots and lots of it does. But give it time. It's not all going to make sense in this very second right now, this very minute, however you want to say it. Keep some of these messages in your pocket for a rainy day. Something might strike a chord with you later. And if it does, that's fantastic. That means it's your message. Take it and run with it. Anything that feels foreign or just doesn't relate to your story, you can drop it like it's hot. That means it's probably a message for someone else. What else? Everything else is written in the description box below, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. Check me out on The Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. As always, I ask for you to drop a like, share, subscribe wherever you can. That helps me. That helps this channel grow. That's my goal here, to get these messages out. Aries, let's hop in. All right. So your energy is presenting as, okay, 10 of Wands, putting down some unnecessary burdens, putting down some heavy weight, something that's been slowing you down, something that's been clouding your mind or clouding even like your energy. Crossing that is the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. Something about an inheritance. Oh, figuring out the details maybe of dealing with an inheritance. And I'm not predicting this. This would have already happened. But if you lost someone in your life, something about the finances or the documentation, the paperwork, all the hurdles you had to go through regarding the inheritance. And it may not even be getting it. It may be setting that up for the future if you're doing that for your children or something. It's been something about the talk of money or plans about money has been burdensome. Maybe you know, you're struggling at a job, or maybe, you know, you're getting out of the holiday season and overspent. Money I'm getting in early January might be tricky. Just thinking about it, it's like a weight on your shoulders. You're feeling something about house repairs. Something may have gone wrong in your house, and it's like a money pit. You keep having to put money into it, and it's just not getting better, to the point where you're either getting rid of it entirely, or something about taking out the entire thing and putting in a new one. It's been a money pit, and it's going to cost you more to fix it, but ultimately it's so that you can, like, I know it's silly, but like close out the cycle and finally like put an end to this burdensome money pit. I just keep hearing money pit, money pit. Yeah, you know what? I'll take the message because that's for some of you, but I'm gonna pull another card because that's a very unusual message to start your energy with. I'm just curious to see what else comes up. So this isn't necessarily clarifying that, though for some of you it might. Yeah, I have to follow my gut instinct, and it was to pull another card for you guys. 5 of Swords. Okay, interesting. Regret, saying something or communicating something that you regret, feeling like you potentially hurt someone or said something in like the heat of the moment, and yeah, now you're kind of playing mental gymnastics with yourself on how to fix the situation. If this isn't you, it could be someone you're dealing with. You may have made some sort of decision in haste, potentially surrounding a financial issue. Yeah, with the Emperor. And you're worried about what your boss is going to say. You're worried about what your father is going to say. It doesn't have to be a male presence, but you're worried about, someone who holds the power, who holds the money. You're worried about your financial standing with them or how they view you. You're worried that you made yourself look bad. There's some kind of like anxiety here. So I heard something about the trail of the trail of breadcrumbs leading back to you. I think you did something and maybe covered up the details of it, and now you're worried that it made you look even worse by not fessing up to it. And this isn't for most of you, it may have involved something to get ahead financially. I don't know if you borrowed money from someone without asking, or yeah. The thing is, there's an imbalance of power here. I am sensing money is difficult for you right now, Aries. That's just what I'm getting. And so I don't know if maybe you borrowed a lump sum of money from a father and they're constantly reminding you of it. And there's like this constant nag of like, well, you still owe me that money. And it's like, I know, Dad, but it's burdensome. So like, while this appeared to be a handout, or I'm sorry, not a handout, but like a help, a loan, a gesture of good faith that you'll pay it back, it's actually eating away at you. Like it's almost done more damage than you thought. What an interesting message this is, Aries. Okay. It's like you did it as a means to be independent and self-sufficient, but because I am sort of getting, okay, you're still in debt for something. Maybe this is student loans. The burden of having to gather all this money is weighing heavily. Okay, this makes more sense now. You're in debt. You're in debt. You owe somebody something. And if it's not literal money, it could be a favor. It could be karmic debt, right? I mean, in Capricorn season, that would make a lot of sense. And I do want to say, this is your card, but interestingly enough, it's like, I don't know if this is you. My first reaction is that it wasn't. And I mean, you can always swap the roles, but yeah, there's some sort of power dynamic here where whoever is in charge or holding the money, they're also pulling the strings, and it's giving this person frustration, anxiety, clouded judgment, fear and worry that they may not be able to pay it back. Yeah, it's almost like they're manipulating you because they know that you owe them a favor or that you owe them money. And I mean, this could all be, you know, in metaphor of like, you know, paying back student loans. It's like they're constantly reaching out to you and saying, you know, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Credit card debt. It could be something like that. You're feeling threatened. You're feeling... yeah, someone in power is threatening you, and it's like a chess game, like their move and your move. And I think you're trying to avoid or deflect or defer your payments, that kind of thing. But you can only do it for so long. It's something like that. For some of you, it does have to do with inheritance. Or something involving like the mother and the father. It could be hospital bills that you haven't been able to pay back if you had some sort of surgery. And something about babies. I don't know, or child support. It could be something like that. Something about children, babies, nurseries. You could be paying for like preschool, or I don't know, it could be boarding school, or yeah, it's something where debt is racking up, and like you just want to get back to like this very pure place in your life where you're not feeling like this. You want to restore the innocence, you want to restore the beauty, you want to find joy in your life again, but you're struggling because it seems like there's a manipulator or like a puppet master type thing going on. Yeah. And at the bottom of the deck is child. Oh, for a lot of you, you may be the child in this relationship. If it's a parent you're borrowing money from, it may involve going back to school of some kind, or again, some sort of hospital bill for your child, or something with a baby, or, you know, all those scenarios. It's general. So what's going on in your subconscious? The High Priestess. This happened to somebody else. I think it was Sagittarius. In the subconscious section, you got the subconscious card. So she is the secret woman, tapping into your own intuition. She channels messages strictly from universe, from God, from spirit to herself, and interprets those messages. But she's not about action. It's about refrain. It's about reception or receptivity. The ruler of the moon, so this always talks about cycles to me, as well as balancing your dark and your light energies. It's a card of Cancer very frequently, so this may involve a Cancer. I'm going to clarify it. I still think this is something about medical bills or tuition bills. She's holding the scroll in her hand, and there's something about how am I ever going to get myself out of this? Get my head above water, and she's kind of like my water priestess, right? Ruled by the moon. And so that actually, okay, I actually like that that's coming up in the subconscious, because the changing of the tides, the cycles of the moon, you will get your head above water. This debt isn't going to go on forever. In fact, with the 10, you're closing it out. You have 2 10s closing out of a cycle. Something about this is going to change. There will be happiness. There will be sunlight. There will be joy again. You're not going to feel shackled to this person you owe money from. You're going to be free. You're going to be liberated. They're no longer going to like weigh down your ship. Something about an anchor. The symbol of an anchor is important to some of you. You may have a tattoo or something like a bumper sticker on your car or a piece of jewelry. Anchor is important to some of you. Yeah, but whatever was weighing you down, and for some of you it's a parent, like a guardian, or again, someone in power you owe money to. Could also be an Aries, right? That is being put to rest soon. There will be a changing of the cycles. There will be a changing of the tides. You're going to be out of, maybe not all financial debt, but there's going to be something that's going to help you get your head above water. And it might be a Cancer. Maybe a Cancer is going to loan you some money, or maybe a Cancer is going to relieve you of some sort of debt or karma, or step in and be like a negotiator or something like that. All right, so the 7 of Swords and the Reciprocity card, 6 of Pentacles. So, yeah, shady dealings and reciprocity, they're both in reverse. Okay, actually, this is very clear to me. You're no longer running from what you owe, from what's being due to be paid back. If you are in debt, you've been running and hiding and again deflecting, or whatever you call it, for like loans and payments or whatever. In the reverse, I think you are stepping out into the sun. There's being illumination on the fact that it could be multiple things. Maybe it's, I can't pay you back. I don't have it, so stop calling me. And especially if that is to a family member, it's like, you're my father. You lent me $200. Deal with it. I'll pay you back when I'm ready. But what's interesting, though, is like it's being presented as silence, the secret woman. So I don't know if this is something you do in writing, like it's not spoken word. I said something similar to Pisces, and this may involve a Pisces on some level. You're no longer running from it and hiding from it. You're facing it. You're facing your truth. And so for some, you're going to be able to pay it back. For others of you, you're not going to be, but it's no longer going to be a secret that you can't pay it back. It's like you're illuminating people to the truth, like you nagging me and constantly telling me I owe you. It's weighing me down. You are a burden, literally. So it's just like, get off my freaking back. That's what this feels like. But again, it's done in a way that I don't know if it's done through legal documentation or... yeah, some sort of like legality or court decision, or I don't know what that would be. I'm getting a couple messages here, but you have multiple cards of communication. So again, I want to say a secret comes to the surface, something is revealed, and maybe it isn't spoken word. Maybe this is just coming up because it is with a Cancer or a Pisces, or that it was a secret and no longer will be. Like the liar, cheater, thief is in reverse, which I actually like. So it's like, again, karmic justice, rebalancing of the scales, reciprocity, something that wasn't right before. It's like you have to get out of this headspace. You can't do it anymore, Aries. So it does feel like there's a changing of the tide. Yeah, the master communicator, intellect, knowledge, communication, student of communication, something about language, like foreign languages and like language skills, writing, like publications, journalism. I don't know why that's coming through, but maybe that has something to do with all this. Interesting. Yeah, you're walking away from this person who's manipulating you for money because either you don't have it or you've already paid it back and they're still questioning that you owe them this, or potentially something for child support. And I think you guys are like it's something like cease and desist. Like, I'm done with you. I'm walking away because like you're like draining on my emotions. Like, yeah, you're leaving conflict behind. Absolutely. And you're presenting as Page of Wands. So twice you have Page of Wands. So that's significant to some of you. I've been saying this to a lot of signs. This may have been a twin flame partnership. Especially if there was a divorce and you're no longer with this person, the idea of you were both presenting as the same, your cups would have matched. It may not have been a good pairing. It possibly, you know, ended being more burdensome than good. But something about this was a karmic partnership. You guys met on your spiritual path and journey and came together for some reason. And there's reciprocity in like learning the lessons and then rebalancing the scales. And for a lot of you, I do think that means severing off some sort of relationship from somebody who is manipulating you and causing a lot of chaos and conflict in your life. But what I like about this is the Page of Swords is fun. They're creative, they're inspired, they love to go exploring and travel and see new lands, you know, they like to get dressed up and have a good time. You're getting the fun back into your life because this has not been a lot of fun. I can absolutely sense that. But yeah, you're working towards something greater. Potentially something with a Pisces for those, and justice with a Pisces. So for better or worse, if there's a Pisces you're interested in and you're trying to like, you know, make peace with them, rebalance the scales, or vice versa, settle the score. Again, lawyer, judge, contracts. Yes, even if it's at contracts at work or some sort of like judicial, like justice system type thing, particularly for child support or custody of a child, potentially 2 children, 2 fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, doesn't have to be. Or even I heard emancipation. Interesting. I feel like people are too young to be watching that if they're the children. But anyway, yeah, settling the score with a Pisces for better or worse. Or a Cancer with the moon. Yeah, for a lot of you though, it's someone who did you dirty. The liar, cheater, thief. Someone who's like, you can have the money. Don't worry about it. Pay me back when you can. And they're like, I need my money right now. Where's my money? Yeah. You have the strength to get through this. So hang in there, Aries. It's going to get easier. So in your past, you have the devil. Yeah, I know exactly what that is. It's this. It's your master manipulator. It's someone who's keeping you shackled, like emotionally manipulative and financially manipulative. I do feel like it has to do with like a family dynamic. So even if you're not with this person, again, child support or something where they have some sort of, it could be somebody who works with your child or interacts with your child, something like that. Could have been a Capricorn. But honestly, though, what this says to me more than anything, it's karma. And this is the card of Capricorn in Capricorn season. Karmic lessons. What is our karmic debt? What do we owe? What do we have to pay? Whether it's literal money or, you know, karmic lessons, what we owe, our karma. You're being faced with that. Again, like a twin flame, a mirror is being held up so you can really look at yourself and your patterns and who you hang out with and, you know, things that have happened in the past. I think you're looking to escape them and right the wrongs once and for all so that you can finally like release this load, release this person. That sounded sexual when I said that. Anyway, moving on. And it may have been, right? Maybe it was like a sexual connection and then, I don't know, maybe somebody got pregnant, right? And then it got really messy, really fast and really complicated and you're like, why didn't we use birth control? Like it could absolutely be something like that. And this isn't for everyone, right? Yeah, you want to get the hell out of there. You want to run from the devil. And I think for a while you chose some sort of path where you were dodging a bullet. Or sorry, that's not the right phrase. You were deflecting, you were deferring the payments, you were letting it go, and then it started building up more and more and more. And now you're being asked to face the devil once and for all. Like, rather than run from it, like stare him down, you know, stand toe to toe and be like, I don't have the money, or, you know, I already paid you. Do I need to get like, you know, the legal system involved? Like, you know, filing some sort of suit or claim or... Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's authority figures involved now. It's not just like this tit for tat type thing with this person. It's something like it's become more of like a like litigation. Yeah, something involving the court cases. It doesn't have to be, But yeah, again, going toe to toe with this person and settling the score or rebalancing the scales once and for all so that you can peacefully move on. After you close out the 10, you go back to the 0, right? The Fool, to the Ace. Yeah, you tried for a long time to come up with innovative or creative ideas on how to pay this person back, how to fix the solution, come to the problem, but this person wouldn't have any of it. They were extremely inflexible. And an abuse of power is sort of what I'm hearing. So, okay, interesting. So in your goals, your desires, what you want, you have the 10 of Cups. Yeah, happiness, long-term happiness. And again, happy life, happy wife, I just heard, or happy wife, happy life. Family dynamics, children, specifically 2. That's coming up a lot. So yeah, like a divorce case or child support payments, something like that. Not for everyone, but for some. Yeah, you want to restore the happiness in your life. Whether it's with this person or away from this person. That's the goals of most of my Aries out there relating to this. And to get away from the disillusion, I feel like there's been a lot of misinterpretation or miscommunication because someone was silent for so long. Or, okay, someone wasn't speaking their truth. And maybe this is your person. Somebody was dodging the bullet. Somebody wasn't being forthright and honest. And again, doing things kind of clandestine, secret, hidden. Secrets. This is coming to illumination and speaking the truth, calling it as you see it, making a final and fair ruling. It's like you want to get out of like fairy tale land, pretend land in terms of what went down so that you can get to the heart of the matter and move past it and establish more like either a civil relationship or to move on. For some of you, this does involve your boss at work. And again, an unfair power dynamic or power structure in potentially a company. And also following your dreams. You have a lot of cards of Cancer and Pisces, if that means anything to anyone out there. You also feel like this person took so much of your time and your energy and maybe your finances. Maybe it was to support your dreams, particularly in the arts, something creative. And ironically, that whole thing has been put on the back burner because you're having to deal with this person. So even if they lent you a sum of money to pursue your acting career, your dancing career, your artistic endeavors, whatever it is, start your practice, whatever it was, you haven't been able to give hardly any time to that because you've been so busy with this person. So your goal is also to get back to your dreams, what your heart is calling you to do. With 10 of Cups, it's what feels good, your ideal fairy tale ending, right? All your dreams coming true. Yeah, it's illuminating the secrets and getting back to like where your dreams lie, if that makes sense. So what's coming in the near future for my Aries? The Tower. Shit's about to go down. That's what I mean. Karmic lessons. Whether it's you or your person, this seems inevitable. Because something about this, it has to change. To stay in this state forever would be impossible. You would mentally, physically, emotionally just kill yourself. This is just, it's brutal energy, right? Something has to change here. There needs to be some sort of shift. And so I think that's what the universe is going to usher into you if you're not able to do it alone, right? If you keep sending messages to this person and serving them documents or, saying they need to show up in court and they keep deflecting it, they're not serving the justice, they're not doing their part. Whether it's for you or your person, the Tower comes in and like shit's going to change. Major, major shifts. But I think it's good because it's going to get you out of this hole that you're stuck in. Something with the Devil, like especially if like we look at this as like you're underground, you're under the power of like again an abuser or like a crooked emperor. It's going to dig you out. Honestly, it's like a tower that's going to rescue you. That's sort of what I'm getting. This poor little squirrel, right? He's just trying to get through. You can do it, Aries. Yeah, it's going to restore balance, potentially with, it's the 2 of Cups is what's clarifying it. it's going to put a period at the end of the sentence for whatever this relationship is. For all of you, this isn't necessarily someone you absolutely despise and hate and want to disconnect with. For a lot of you, I think it might be. But this Tower is coming because this relationship isn't working. And I think I said something similar to Leo. It's like your cups matched because it was a karmic partnership, but just because your cups matched doesn't mean it was a healthy relationship. And it's like, maybe you guys are still together and you're in a relationship that is really narcissistic and toxic, but you know, you're shackled together. There's something about it. You're not able to remove yourself from the situation. If that's the case, that's a situation where the Tower comes, because the Tower comes to free you from the devil. Like, this is all going in order. Like, it makes sense, Aries. So, I mean, word to the wise, like, if you're in a situation and you know it's time to bail, like, it's time to get out and save yourself, this is suggesting that you do that. And if it is unhealthy, if it's not allowing you to grow and develop as a spiritual human being, the Tower really does come in to rescue you and save you, because you have clouded judgment. When you're up in the Tower, it's dark. You can't see the sky. You can't see the light of day. You can't see the sun, wherever I put it. It's coming in to rescue you, to make you realize, like, it's like 8 of Cups before you decide to leave. What you're settling for is not emotionally fulfilling. You can do so much better. You should go after your 9 of Cups, your wish fulfillment. As we were saying, going after your dreams, because that's your goal. Your 10 of Cups, you want to be happy. You want to be happier. You want to be happiest, right? And this clearly isn't doing it for you. Not with this energy. Something here needs to change. Something's got to give. All right, so what is your final advice or guidance? 10 of Swords and Justice. Yeah, again, court cases. Major decisions, things that are weighing on your mind heavily. A situation that didn't end in a manner. Sorry, guys, my camera froze. So yeah, the end of some sort of uncomfortable or difficult cycle where it's time to let it go. It's time to release it, even though it may have ended in a manner that was very unpleasant, that was very painful. It felt like a mental death of sorts. It's time to rebalance and focus on yourself. Your shadow self, right? Like, it's presenting as the devil, but the devil exists within all of us, right? There's something toxic but like sweet and alluring and charismatic. That's how the devil draws you in. And that exists within us, right? So it's all about balancing your dark and your light energies, focusing on the self, restoring your health. And yeah, some sort of final court case or decision or judgment will be made on closing out this cycle. And I do want to say, at least in January or February, going at it alone, going off on your own, probably away from this person. I think it's going to end in a bittersweet way, to be honest. I think there's going to be a silver lining to how this ends, but there will be a sense of looking back and feeling sort of the pangs in the heart of, why did I have to go through this? I will say to you this, there was some sort, especially with 10 of Swords, there was some sort of very, very important lesson here that you wouldn't have learned otherwise had you not been through this experience. So while it was painful and difficult, eventually, and I'm not saying, healing is very personal. Eventually, I think many of my Aries will be thankful that they went through this, because it helped them get to this a lot sooner than they would have had they not recognized what it is that they don't want in life, right? What they don't want to contribute their energy, their time, their money, their love to. This is focusing on your love, on your dreams, on what you want to build. All right, let's do some final advice here. Karma. Have faith that this person will get their karma too. But it's not really up to you to serve them their karma. That's up to like spirit, that's up to justice, that's up to the judge, that's up to whoever. It's not really your responsibility to do that. Prudence. Don't be lured by the siren song. Well, if that doesn't go along with the devil, I don't know what does. Yeah, be smart. Be smart about who's in your social networks, in your family. Be protective of your energy, of your love, of your children, of your childlike innocence, of your dreams, of your wishes. Generosity. What good is treasure if you keep it for yourself? Yeah, share your creative gifts with the world. Don't give up on your passions just because somebody told you that it wasn't worth it or that it was a silly idea. There's something you hold in your heart space that means a tremendous amount to you, and you're about to go after it, but you're still contemplating the emotional risk of leaving behind what is familiar. This to me is saying go for it. You have a lot to grow on. You have a lot to build upon, and it has to do with your creativity and your love, your ideas that fuel your passion. And self-care. Drowning doesn't always require water. Get yourself out of some toxic situations and take care of yourself. That's going to mean something different to everyone out there, but self-care is important, especially after going through all this. Like, you have two of the most difficult 10s. Recuperating from this might be a slow process, so give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Give yourself the benefit of time and self-love and self-nurturing. All right, that's what I got for you, Aries. This was a heavy one. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what resonates for you, and I will see you very soon for more tarot.